You know what I mean? Like if you listen to the album, like there's a lot of stories on there about how me and Keith grew up. We wasn't always with our father. You know what I mean? Like me and Keith, you know, and my sister, a lot of us, we was in the system. You know what I'm saying? We are products of the system. You know what I mean? That's why when people look at us and they see like where we all are and what we're doing, they deem it amazing because
the odds, right?
Keith and I are statistically we are supposed to be delinquents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Statistically, we are supposed to be delinquents. If we turned out to be delinquents, people would be like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
like
but
it makes sense on
it
paper,
makes sense
right?
if you look at this and you know what I mean? But so that's why it looks so great, and we are inspiration to people because when we tell them like where we was, if kids tell us memories that you had at 5 years old, it won't match mine. You know what I'm saying? It won't match mine at all. So, but it is some that it do, and they just identify with us, man. You know, some that wasn't able to make that transition or have their father clean his act up as soon as he could to put us in a better position.
Come get you guys.
Yeah,
like,
what?
Listen.
Yeah.
Come back home with me. You know, I'm good now.
Right.
Let's do this.
Exactly,
You know
exactly. And I'm the baby, so it took him some time. You know what I mean? It was like there's some kids before me that wasn't as fortunate. You know what I mean? But like he did the best that he could, and by the time he got down to his boys, you know, he just was able to put them in a different situation. And I'm operating to this day off the merits of the stuff that my father set forth. That's just an actual fact.
Right. That's a testament to love and change. Right.
Facts.
You know
Facts.
What I'm saying? He that love drove him.
Right.
To say, you know what? Let me get this thing together because I need to go get my kids.
Exactly.
And, you know, change. You know, get my life right and get their life right and put them on a path that you know is better. You know what I'm saying, than what
he did it
right now. So.
That's why, like, you know, it's approaching Father's Day now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, like, you know, the next single that I'm about to roll out right now is a joint Tough Love. Tough Love. You know what I mean?
Off the album. Yep.
Off the album, Levels of Love.
Today,
Tough Love. Where I spoke as a youth. You know what I mean? And what I thought was going on, you know, as far as my dad and his children and his wife and things like that, of how I spoke up in the beginning of that about how I thought things were. But towards the end of the song, I talk as a man that has children of his own. Right. You know what I mean? So now that's a totally different conversation. Okay, you 17 and then you thinking things are this way. Right. Now you got 3 kids now that you're responsible for, and you have a kid's mother that you got to deal with and things like that. And come to find out, dang, like he ain't do that bad now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, and the crazy thing about it is he went that long, and I always wanted to say this, he went that long in the house with him, even though that, you know, I might have had resentment for him about how things was going on. He never really explained what was going on, but I guess his reason for not explaining is because he didn't want to badmouth anybody.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. He at the time, a lot of fathers, a lot of times don't want to explain the situation.
Because then you would have to.
It puts a light on someone else that they loved. Right.
Loved and that we love.
That you love.
Right. And you don't want to rob us of this.
Do that. Yeah.
You don't want to rob, y'all, you get it. You get it. Like, so, but it took me he been gone mad years. So, like, I can't even tell him, like, yo, I got it.
Right. Like, but, Dad, I understand.
Yeah, like, I became him. I didn't understand him until I actually was him. You know what I mean? And I was him, like, to the T, man. I've seen almost exactly what he's seen. So I think that he may have had it rough because imagine the court system in the 80s.
Absolutely.
The 80s for a dad?
Not even close to being favorable.
Yeah, what? It's bad now.
Yeah.
So in the 80s?
It's automatic. Women
in order for a father to get his kids and take him, mom's got to be on like crack or something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Completely
like she got to go in the courtroom and sniff crack and smoke crack like right there in front of the judge in order for a father to be able to get their kids. You know what I mean? So that's how it was going on in the 80s. So imagine, like, that's how it's going. It's still favorable to the female in this day and age. Yeah. So you can imagine in the 80s, man. And that's what he went through.
And that was probably the epitome of how bad it was. Like in terms of history, it's probably the worst in the 70s, 80s, right?
The crack era. You got to think about it. So that means like all the families that's coming through there, you got... Drugs is messing everything up. That wasn't our particular case, but we still was in a system that's what that was. It wasn't me, but the kid next to me that got next, that's his situation. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We all in the same system.
And at the end of the day, the prejudice could just carry over.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh, it was just one view. They viewed us all the same.
They said it might not even have to do with drugs, but they just like, oh, something happened, something bad.
Yeah.
They part of them bad.
Pops did something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The truth there. I done learned my mistake and I learned to do what's right by it. You still trying to get something for nothing. Life don't owe you nothing. You owe it to yourself.
Be a father to your child. If not, why bother, son? A boy can make one, but a man could raise one. That's why I promised my boy, young Christopher Michael Jr. I'ma groom ya, I'ma break the cycle. My pops, he was born with a twin. His mother bled.